بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد, all praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting us the opportunity to come to His house on this blessed day of Ramadan. The last 10 days of the month of Ramadan are the most precious, and we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to grant us all the khair that is to be descend on these last 10 days. And we ask Allah to protect us from all types of evil, accept our ibadat, our recitation of Quran, fasting, our qiyam, and we ask Allah to forgive the shortcomings of our ibadat. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. 23rd juz of the Holy Quran starts off with Surah Yasin. Surah Yasin, the main theme of this surah is core belief. And belief is something that happens in the heart of individual. This is why this surah is been given the laqab of Qalbul Quran, the heart of the entire Quran. Like the way a person has his belief inside his heart, similarly the core beliefs of the believers have been kept in this surah. قال العلماء رحمه الله, the scholars have mentioned, لم يقرأ سورة ياسين في أمر عسير إلا يسره الله لهم. That Surah Yasin is not recited for any difficult matter except that Allah grants ease. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, اقرأوا سورة ياسين على موتاكم. Recite Surah Yasin upon your deceased, those who have passed away. It has been recorded that Surah Yasin, when it's recited upon a person whose life is about to expire, Allah makes the soul's departure easy from the body. And if Surah Yasin is recited upon any difficult matter, Allah Azza wa Jal grants ease to that matter. And then the ulama has given different experiences. Some of the scholars said that if you are in a situation and you recite Surah Yasin 41 times, before you get to the 41st time, Allah Azza wa Jal will remove your difficulty. And these are all a'mal of scholars who have done it, and then they have put their experience in front, that I have recited Surah Yasin in this matter, and it helped me in this matter. And I have recited Surah Yasin in this manner, and it helped me in this matter. So the overall understanding is Surah Yasin is a surah that is to be recited at the time of difficulty. And as the ulama, which is also some of the scholars, some of the muhaddithun has connected this hadith as a mursal, and some of them have only mawquf to the Sahaba statement as an athar, that من قرأ سورة ياسين في أول النهار قضيت حوائجه. The one who recites Surah Yasin in the beginning of the day, Allah will take care of the affairs of his day. So this is a surah that we should start our day with. In fact, ulama has mentioned that at least a believer should recite this surah twice in one day, so that his morning and his evening affairs have been made easy for him. Now in this surah, Allah talks about the belief that a believer should have, and his submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala regarding those beliefs. The qudra of Allah Azza wa Jal. And an individual's example, Habib al-Najjar has been mentioned, who submitted himself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the beginning of the juz, وَمَا لِيَ لَا أَعْبُدُ الَّذِي فَطَرَنِي وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ. That I am worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I am returning to Allah Azza wa Jal. And then he is worrying about his people, that I wish my people can know what Allah has kept for the believers, so that they also submit. And they also believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And no matter what type of difficulty the world comes upon or world puts you upon, Allah Azza wa Jal will give them relief one day, inshaAllah. Next surah is Surah As-Saffat. Surah As-Saffat, the word Saffat refers to the angels which are gathering and which are making sufuf. Now, this surah's overall theme is Al-Istislamul Kamil Lillahi Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. complete submission towards Allah Azza wa Jal. In fact, if you see Surah Al-Safat and Surah Al-Sad, they have a very important or very interconnection between the two surahs. Surah Al-Safat speaks about the submission of Anbiya alayhimus salam, and Surah Al-Sad speaks about the submission of Anbiya during trials. In fact, Surah Al-Safat is talking about Zahirut Taslim, and Surah Al-Sad is talking about Batinut Taslim. That Anbiya alayhimus salam, they submitted to Allah Azza wa Jal not only from their physical appearance, but also from inside. This is why if you see Allah Azza wa Jal, He is greeting the Anbiya alayhimus salam in this surah. Salamun ala Nuhin fil alameen. Salamun ala Ibrahim. Salamun ala Musa wa Harun. Salamun ala Ilyasin. And then at the end, Salamun ala al-Mursaleen. That Allah Azza wa Jal, He is sending His salam upon all of these categories of Anbiya alayhimus salam. That these are the people who submitted themselves. Then the ultimate submission is the submission of Ibrahim and Ismail alayhimus salam. فَلَمَّا أَسْلَمَا وَتَلَّهُ لِلْجَبِينِ وَنَادَيْنَاهُ أَنْ يَا إِبْرَاهِيمِ. This is the ultimate submission. When Ibrahim alayhi salam was ordered by Allah to slaughter his own son, the father and the son collectively submitted to the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah is bringing the cream of the crop. These are the people who Allah Azza wa Jal selected with Risala. And rightfully so, that they were the right people, or they were deserving the most, because they had full submission. Moving on to Surah Al-Sad, which is Al-Audatu ila al-Istislam. Returning back to the submission of Allah, even at the time of difficulty, even at the time of condition and situation. Starting from Dawood alayhi salam. وَظَنَّ دَاوُودُ أَنَّمَا فَتَنَّهُ. Allah says Dawood alayhi salam was tested by Allah. وَأَنَابْ. He returned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَّا سُلَيْمَانَ وَأَلْقَيْنَا عَلَى كُرْسِيِّهِ جَسَدًا ثُمَّ أَنَابْ. We tested Sulaiman alayhi salam, and we brought an incomplete child on his throne, and he submitted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَاذْكُرْ عَبْدَنَا أَيُّوبَ إِذْ نَادَى رَبَّهُ أَنِّي مَسَّنِيَ الشَّيْطَانُ بِنُصْبٍ وَعَذَابٍ. Remember our prophet Ayyub alayhi salam, our servant Ayyub alayhi salam, that when he went through difficulty, he submitted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَاذْكُرْ إِسْمَاعِيلَ وَالْيَسَعَ وَذَا الْكِفْلِ. Allah says, remember Ismail and Yasa and Dhul Kifl alayhimus salam. Dhul Aidi wal Abusar. They were the people of action from the body, submission from their action, and submission of the heart. So, this is the connection. Surah Yasin, core beliefs. Surah Al-Safat is Istislamul Kamil. And Surah Al-Sad is Al-Audatu ila al-Istislam fi halat al-fitan. When you have been put into a trial by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you return back to Allah Azza wa Jal. And you cry in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you show your greatest submission at the time of trials. Why? Because Allah only accepts the pure. And that is Surah Al-Zumar. Ala lillahi ad-deenul khalis. What type of religion is accepted in the court of Allah? It's the purest. And Surah Al-Zumar speaks about that the religion that can only be accepted in the court of Allah is the purest religion. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّقُوا رَبَّكُمْ قُلْ إِنِّي أُمِرْتُ أَنْ أَعْبُدَ اللَّهَ مُخْلِصًا لَهُ الدِّينَ. That, O Messenger of Allah, tell the people that I have been ordered to submit and do worship of Allah, making the religion only for Him. Allah does not accept diluted stuff. And there are two types of dilution. There is riya, that a person shows his actions that he's doing for someone else, or he believes that he's doing it for someone else. i'tiqadi and amali. Riya al-i'tiqadi and riya al-amali. Riya al-i'tiqadi is what a person is doing his action, but inside, along with doing it for the sake of Allah, he is seeking for recognition, he is seeking for appreciation from people, he is seeking for so many things that when it's not given to him, his reaction to that action is very severe. That if a person doesn't recognize his effort, he becomes angry. I did this, but no one recognized me. I did this and no one appreciated me. I am doing this, I've spent so many hours, I've spent so many volunteer hours, but no one is giving me a recognition. This is called riya al-i'tiqadi, the person who believes inside, he's doing everything good outside, but then inside is diluted. Then the second is amali, by your action. As you are doing it for the sake of Allah, you're doing it for someone else also. Alternate motive, hidden agendas. That you're showing it to people that I'm doing it, yes. But I'm not doing it for the sake of Allah. I'm doing it so XYZ, or I can be given this, or I can be given that, or a position can be granted to me. Allah says none of these are accepted in the court of Allah. If you want what we gave to our greatest people, and these are Anbiya alayhimus salam, they submitted to Allah in normal times as well as in difficult times, and this shows that a person is truly worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Surah Al-Zumur, which we completed half of this surah, and the other half inshallah will be recited in tonight's Taraweeh. The first portion of this surah speaks about, Zumur means the group of people which Allah talks about towards the end of the surah, the two categories, the people who will go into hellfire and those who will go into Jannah. The beginning portion of this surah is giving us a lesson that whatever you are doing, do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because the purest religion only belongs to Allah, and Allah Azza wa Jal only accepts what is pure. Inna Allah tayyib, Allah is pure, la yaqbalu illa tayyib. Allah only accepts which is pure. We ask Allah to grant us the understanding and the ability to practice. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. جزاكم الله خيرا سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت